Alright, hi guys. Steve Woolridge, Chief Instructor of Krav Maga here in Kansas City. I had one of my fighters is currently in the Army Reserves. He's stationed over in Djibouti, Africa. Wanted to have some technique on deadlifts, and I'd like to give you guys just a quick rundown of basic technique on there, how to do a deadlift safely. There are too many people that don't know how to deadlift, and we're going to try and clear up some popular misconceptions here and things you should and shouldn't do. We'll do this real quick for you. I know we have limited time, but we'll get it out there for you, Dom. So big thing is that you guys, when you do this, you don't hurt yourself. We want to get stronger. We want to get tired. We don't want to get injured. So what I usually start with first, grip. When you guys are doing deadlifts, and if you guys notice, I don't wear a belt. I don't wrap my knees. Most of the time, I don't wear any straps. I don't think until you can deadlift probably 2.5 times your body weight, you shouldn't use straps. If you can't pick it up with your bare hands, you shouldn't be lifting it. The straps just change your angle and how you lift things, and will give you actually worse technique. So I'm going to chalk just a hair so you guys can take a look at it. When I lift, unless I'm doing something very specific, I'm working on my grip or my back or my legs, and if I'm going to lift heavy, we're going to do many reps. We'll use a split grip. A split grip is nothing more than flipping your hands one side to the other, and what you want to try and do is switch those from time to time so that you even your body out. So on your first, usually what I have people do, what I start off with, on my first set, I'll just do a basic set. You notice when we start, I'll start from about mid-shin if there's nothing on the bar, and I'll do this more like a Romanian deadlift, to where I'll stand and I'll ride up the legs, and then I'll take it down the legs, up the legs, down the legs, up, down. It's very basic. If you notice, I keep the arch in my small of my back. There's no rounding, up and down. Hands are slightly outside the legs. Now, when we do this with no weight, you can get away with taking this down. There's a few other exercises you can do where we actually will round our back to work your back, but with very light weight and very good technique. When I take this down on this one, I can take it from here. Now, when you guys are doing this, the safest way to do a deadlift is take the bar up and down. Well, let's go through that real quick. I would highly recommend that you guys read anything by Pavel Tsatsouline, who is the Russian former Spetsnaz trainer that does a tremendous amount of kettlebell work. Read the stuff that he's done on deadlift, tremendous. Louis Simmons, who's the head of Westside Barbell out in Columbus, Ohio, go Bucks. They always beat KU anyway, so it's football, basketball. We're close there, I know, this year. Great technique as well. When you're doing your deadlifts, on the way up, if you notice my shins, how they're nice and grazed from doing deadlifts, we take the skin off the front. These need to stay very tight so that when we're taking the bar up, keep the bar very tight to the shins and ride it up so it's over the knees. When you guys have weight on this, when I'm going to take it down, the safest way, the absolute safest way to do this, and if you have a lot of weight, all we're going to do is we're going to stick our butt out and we're going to ride the bar to the floor. So this is the motion we'll look at. Now, I'm not going to take and drop the weight. I'm going to ride it to the floor this way. Now, usually we'll have bigger plates on here. It won't go as far as what you need to do here as well. There are some people that will tell you when you take the weight up and you deadlift, take it down really slow too, the same way. If you're deadlifting 400 pounds for reps and you're exhausted and you're going to try and take it down really slow, what are your odds of doing it properly? Slim to none, I think. So let's add a little weight to this, and I'll show you kind of the progression I go through. I usually start with the bar, and I'll usually make 50-pound jumps when I'm just going up and doing any type of strength work where I'm testing my mass. We'll throw a little bit on here just so you can see it with bigger plates. We have 245s on the side. Again, splitting the grip. Deep breath before you go. Keeping the body tight is super important. If you think about if you're going to go out and lift a car from the back end and do something or move it where it's stuck, you would never blow out all your air and try and lift something. Hold it tight. What we'll do is at the top we'll finish and a short breath of air at the top, and we like a kiao like we do when we when we fight or we punch and kick anything at the top, and then we'll ride it down again. So kind of looks like this. Grip, head up. I take a deep breath from here. Sitting, we'll go to the heels, body straight. If you notice the arch of my back, deep breath, up. When I take it down, kicks out. We'll take it back down this way. Deep breath, sit, down. Now, when you guys are deadlifting, you notice we have mirrors in here. Dom, you'll know I give Roger more of a hard time for all of this kind of stuff. Guys, it's not for technique. If you think of somebody baling hay, and they have to have good technique to lift something that heavy, how many times are there mirrors on the side of the truck so you can bale hay? Probably never. You don't need a mirror to check your technique. You need somebody by you who understands what good technique is that can watch you. If you don't have that, I don't know, maybe you could videotape yourself and send it to me. If we add a little more weight, let's add 45 on each side. Something I can do while I'm adding weight here for you is, we talk about the grip. If you notice, I'll show you when I chalk my hands. And if you can see the line, I use a little bit of chalk. If you can see where the line is, we go on the callus line like we do when we punch, along this line. Guys, the tighter your grip is to the bar, the stronger you are. The tighter your body, and you guys can watch, you can see me from the front, you see me from the sides, the tighter I can keep my body the entire time, the stronger I am, the more I move in one piece, the easier it is for me to do a deadlift. If you think about somebody, when you have a little kid, somebody like, for you, Dom, for Aubrey, and she says, hey, Daddy, pick me up, and she does this, and you pick her up by the arms, it's easy to lift her. When she doesn't, when it goes somewhere and flops on the floor, it's very hard to pick her up. So, when you're lifting, body tight, that's one of the reasons why we inhale. It's like a giant pressure tube to hang on to yourself. Deep. Sit. Weight goes to the heels. Deep breath, nice and tight. Sit. At the top. Out. Down. Now, one of the things I do when we're working for reps is I'll roll this out. Then I'll roll it back and in. So the timing wise, tight breath to here, to here, down. Okay? Now, let's go up again. When you guys are doing this, a lot of times people go, well, what's a good weight to do? Well, what can you do with really good technique? If you can't do something with good technique, why are you lifting something really, really heavy? Do what you can as well as you can with very, 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 very good technique. Callus line again, right here. When we grip, tight, everything tight on your body. If you notice, I don't breathe out until after I finish the rep. If you watch from the side, when I finish, another good point, you'll see many people that when they do their deadlifts, they'll tell you to do this and arch your back at the top. Moronic. Don't do that. Unless you want to injure your back. I actually had one of our students was on a floor, he was sweating profusely, slipped with about 2 1/4 on a bar. So, look, if I'm going to lift something, there's no reason why I would get here and then arch my back at the top. You can come up, you can lock it out. I think of more squeeze your glutes than lean back. I don't want to lean back with a tremendous amount of weight, and especially if you're tired, you're not injuring yourself, working out. So again, down, deep breath. I can sit. Setting. You notice my weight goes to my heel. I drive with my legs. I keep the arch of my back. Here. If you want to switch grips each time, that's fine. Start with the head up. Deep breath. Body tight. here. So, for you, Dom, while you're training, good for fighting, if you notice my stance, I love my weight. If you notice my stance isn't really wide, it's not a sumo stance, which you can do. It's good to train different ways. I know the guys at Westside Barbell, what Louis Simmons has them do is they change every week the width of their stance. They'll go close grip. They'll change their exercise so they don't burn out their nervous system. Good idea. Well, they have so many guys there that are world champions. For us, for fighters, there's really no reason to get super wide with this. If you think of for fighting, we need to be here. Anything wider or more narrow doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but good on here. So we'll go again. Deep breath. You notice where I set on my grip, slightly outside my legs. If you notice too, I'm on the balls of my feet first, and I rock to my heels, and then stand and squeeze. Hands are too close, they hit here. Hands are too wide, and that's good balance. Whatever fits your body. So, again, sit, deep breath, to the heels, drive. Okay? That's 385. No warm up. I weigh about 200 pounds. You should be able to do, I can do 500 plus, no reps. Really no warm up either. You don't really need to when you're going super heavy. You can a little bit, guys, more than anything, guys, to prevent injury. If you're going to do lots of reps like we do, any of the complexes that you do, Dom, with from Coach Javarek, for any of those things, get warm before you do. Guys, really work your technique. Super important. One more time, I'll do one more. Let's take it up just a hair. And I haven't, what's funny is I'm glad you asked me about this, Dom. I haven't deadlifted in about 6 months. So just goes to show you, if you have the technique, you understand it's just like fighting. Once you know it, it's like riding a bike, you get back on. So again, sitting. Deep breath. Okay, that's, I don't know, what is that? 150, 465. Shouldn't be any problem. I'm not breathing super heavy. Again, no belt, no knee wraps, no super cool weightlifting gloves. Keep your proprioception system up. Use your hands, a little bit of chalk. Don't use straps until you can deadlift a ton. We're going to do workout stuff for you, Dominic, that we'll send over. Everything's going well here. Hope you're doing well over there. Again, like I said, head down, ride low in the middle of the posse, and when you go out, make sure you take an extra mag with you. Thanks, buddy. Guys, everybody else, be safe, train hard. Come in and see us if you're around, and we'll talk to you soon.